first. Make sure that's good. Test. That's my audio.
Test.
Yup. And you got. Yup. So test yours again.
Test. This is Navi.
That's good. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's perfect. One more. Let me just read your level.
This is mine.
1, 2,
Yesterday.
3. Yep. I think we're good. That's good.
Perfect.
We're unlit.
Elgato is such a flimsy ass equipment. Yesterday I moved a little and the screen just went down, so we were like, we can't breathe.
I hate that shit so much.
It's so tiny. It's like this thing.
That is what happens. Definitely. Okay. Where do I unlisted? Public. There we go. Boom. Okay, so we should be on live now. Hello, everyone.
Sweet. Hello. Happy Friday, everybody.
Hello.
I believe if you're not watching us live, then it is Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, I'll hit record on that.
So never mind.
Don't worry. I know
how's everybody doing? Sweet. Look at that.
Okay.
Look at that. The screen could not be any smaller.
Yeah, this is the best we can do. Okay. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sunday Rundown. Today, you are joined by Suraj.
And Navi.
And today, we're reading your comments from all the premium posts on thenormies.com, either Fourth Wall or Patreon, wherever you choose to support us and get early access. These are the premium videos that come out during the week. So, people that are watching this in YouTube land, we are not interacting with the chat right now. We do have the stream going. But we have some important announcements up top.
Yes.
I just want to make sure before we get into it that this is working. Because
if you are watching us live, drop a hi so we know.
Could be no one. No, we got 53 people watching.
All right, okay. Perfect. It is working. You guys know if you watch us on Twitch, me and Ketty, we're doing One Piece. The one time we didn't do it live, we couldn't get the instant feedback. So I was like, is this working?
Yeah,
maybe it's not working.
I don't know.
And then the video, there was no video. So
yeah. So if you don't mind, I'm going to do the intro one more time.
Go
just to make it easier.
Go for it.
Make it flow better. 3, 2, 1. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Sunday Rundown. It is I, Suraj.
This is Navi.
That's not Rana. Today we're reading your comments, again, like we always do, okay? Everything posted on thenormies.com, either Patreon or Fourth Wall, wherever you support us to get your early premium access to videos. We're going to be talking about those videos. We also are live on YouTube, but we're not going to be interacting with that chat. We're going to be interacting with the supporters. So thank you once again. Let's start another week with some important announcements first.
Yes.
Before we get into the comments.
Am I doing the announcements? That's announcements. All right, guys. A few of the announcements. The first one is if you are going to miss this on YouTube Live, we will be posting this not only on our website on Sunday that we've been doing for years now. We'll start posting this under YouTube membership. So along with the Sunday Rundown, you will also be getting a weekly movie under the YouTube membership as well. So check it out. There's not going to be a huge backlog, but we're going to continue starting that now. So that will build up. So check those out.
Anyone financially savvy right now, at least right now, YouTube membership is way cheaper.
Way cheaper than it ever will be.
So just look at what that is, what it entails. We are adding movies and Sunday Rundown on there now for bonus for people. So
yes.
There you go.
And another update that we want to say that you'll be seeing on our Fourth Wall, we will be giving a priority to Sunday Rundown comments on the Fourth Wall. This will be happening in a couple of weeks as well. So just a little bit of heads up now.
The reason we're doing that is because our Fourth Wall membership, which is more based off of thenormies.com, is a little bit pricier because we priced in discount to merch and a discount for our Twitch sub if you like to watch us live. Eventually, there may not be too big of a difference between the two price things, but I won't say anything about that now. On Fourth Wall, if you comment, because we don't have much engagement there now, we will guarantee to read your comment. By the end of it, we'll just do a big Fourth Wall wrap-up. Like, it'll be about whatever you want. And another last important thing about Fourth Wall, may I add, if you... Because, it has been getting love, and I want to make sure people know. If you are on Fourth Wall and you are voting in any poll for a show, we add both of the polls together from Patreon and Fourth Wall. And typically there's only 15 or 20 people voting on Fourth Wall. So as an added benefit to paying more for your vote there, you will have twice as much power in a single vote.
Yes.
So we're just going to multiply the votes from Fourth Wall by 2 before we add them to the pool of votes on Patreon. That sounds complicated. I hope I said it as simply as possible.
I mean, that would have been amazing. That could have made a difference with Sopranos winning over whatever the
Dexter,
second choice was. Dexter. Oh my God, I can't believe it was between Dexter. I'm glad it was Sopranos. I would have still watched Dexter. But yeah, guys, we do polls all the time because the shows end. Yeah. And then we continue doing this. So where we are starting today?
We're going to start with, so this is Black History Month, and I want to start with Boys in the Hood because we did not...
You guys missed it.
We missed it, yes. So I'm just going to play that in the background, and let's just... I don't know. I was skimming. There's some good comments here.
Guys, this movie...
What did you think? This is the first movie I ever saw.
This is a movie that me and Rana had never seen, so we were watching it. We were told it's a comedy. Chris kept saying it's a comedy, and Spidey on the other side of the couch, and he's just like looking at Chris, like, what are you talking about? And I think we thought it was dry humor comedy in the beginning, right? Like, I think we were like, okay, yeah, I can see it. Like, I can see this as a comedy. The Bear is comedy. Like, sure, it might be comedy.
I laughed once in that episode. Comedy.
And then, like, by the end to it, I was like, God, Chris, this is not a comedy. What are you saying? Where's the punchline here? It got sad. It got sad really quickly.
There's a lot of good hood movie recommendations here, like Poetic Justice. I've never seen. I've also never seen Training Day. Heard a lot about
Training Day. I haven't seen. I've not seen a lot of like.
Training Day is not really a hood movie anyway, but you need to see at least 2 more hood movies, and then Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Dude, is that what it's actually called? Because like I typed it, and Spidey was like, "That's not the right name," and I was like, "I don't know. I looked it up. This is what it said. I copied."
So I think they just call it Don't Be a Menace, but that is the full name.
Juice in the hood.
Because it's a bunch of titles of other hood movies. They just smash them all together.
Nice.
Boys in the Hood at the end.
We'll definitely. We need to watch Rush Hour 2 also. People keep asking.
We're just going to pop one off from Steve II. Lawrence Fishburne is less than 6.5 years older than Cuba Gooding in real life.
No shit.
I didn't know that. Doughboy and his crew were based on the Rollin 60s Crips street gang, while Ferris and his crew were based on the Crenshaw Mafia Bloods. Yeah, definitely was Crips and Blood status with the red and blue in there. In the scene where Ricky confronts Ferris at the car dealership, a young Tyrese Gibson can be seen among onlookers. Really?
Oh.
That's hilarious.
It was crazy for me to see Lawrence Fishburne this young. This is my first time ever seeing him young.
Was you like, oh, he's kind of hot?
I was like, he's kind of hot. I was like, oh, shit. Like, so he was acting like since then, and then just seeing him now, like, now is what I know of him. So seeing Fishburne that young, I was like, oh damn, there's like a whole pocket of stuff that I have not seen.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, I'm glad you guys enjoyed this, honestly. I just wanted to make sure we got some comments in there. Be on the lookout for Life this weekend.
Life, Life will be coming out on the website. And then we have so many movies coming out. Like, we literally had a whole meeting about movies, so things are happening.
Yeah.
Still, there's only 45 Saturdays this year, so there's only so many.
So we also posted the War Games uncut. I just want to talk about it briefly because it got some love on just the uncut. You know how good the video is doing on YouTube.
It was great. There's been a lot of interaction.
Some good interaction here from our paid subscribers as well. They just all want to see it, and we're not going to read any comments. I just want.
I hear you, Suraj. They want to do it. I hear you.
You see, guys, it helps. It helps if I just keep showing them all the love because then they'll want to do it again. Maybe we'll see. All right. So
I mean, the girls do have one mornings do available while guys do in the afternoons. So.
Yeah, and not all the matches. This was a long match. Some matches are like 8 minutes long. Some matches are like 15 minutes long.
Can be combined together.
We might maybe do some like 2 Bailey matches.
That is fine. I mean, we understand like now that Bailey has won things in the past, but the thing is, we don't know, and she came in so strong.
A lot of people, like, I don't want you to feel bad about that take, because everyone's like, this is good. Like, a lot of hardcore wrestling fans, you guys made it to like Reddit and Twitter, like, accounts and stuff, like 61K hits, people clipping their own montages of you guys saying like, look at them shitting on Bailey. And like, Bailey is a solid wrestler, but to people that have never watched wrestling, just experiencing that match, that's what you got out of it. And that's like, that is just what it is. And so people are like to see that people who aren't interested in wrestling, can the product do its job and like explain it enough to you guys to have you enjoy it.
I think it did help having Spencer explain a little things in the beginning. I think Marquez is the only one who has seen no WWE content beforehand. Like, I know about Undertaker, John Cena, and all that stuff, and so does Rana.
Marquez just knows about, oh my god.
Why did you say that? She knows the weirdest references because of Chris.
So guys, it's happening. It's coming.
We'll do it. I mean, all the girls did John Wick. We did 3 of those movies and you guys loved it, so we are gonna do a more of action movies, so it's the same time when we can do these as well.
We're gonna move on. I'm sorry to keep moving along, shuffle along now. We're moving on to Monday we post Severance. This was episode 8. What's for dinner? Oh my gosh, this was good. Penultimate episode. So this episode ends with Dylan flipping the switch, and it's like we're about to be out in the real world. Yeah. We were not supposed to watch the finale, and this is one of those rare instances in normie history where we're like, no, move everything aside. We're watching the next episode.
Move things around.
Move heaven and earth.
Which is funny because once we did that and everybody at the work, they're like, oh, we assumed this was gonna happen. Like, why didn't you say that before? Like, then that we'll end up watching these together. It was like, okay, we'll end up watching it together. But great. Severance is amazing.
And people in YouTube land, we're not looking at your comments. We're looking at our paid subs comments. So don't worry. Everyone here knows the rules of Sunday Rundown. No one's trying to be a bummer. Severance is season 2. Tell them where season 2 is at on Patreon, because they're only on episode 7.
Yeah, we are on season 2. Oh, remind me later. We are on season 2, episode 4 discussion got posted on Talking Normies podcast. So we have the uncut available up till episode 4 up on our website. We're watching episode 5 today.
Yeah, I think we have that post available for $4 if you guys want to.
Yes, so you can check those out, and you can see a wolf coming down. Look at this wolf.
Tiny wolf.
This tiny wolf is here. But yeah, we're watching the Severance. Guys, it is insane. Do you want to come up here?
Okay. 6 p.m. Windows just you want to schedule it? No. You sure you want to schedule it?
I was like, do it later. Later is now.
Later
is not now. Later is later.
How about now? No Windows.
You're like, give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds are done. Yeah. No when. But yeah, guys, there are posts on our website for Severance that you can buy, or if you want to continue engaging with us, check out our discussion that we posted up on the Talking Normies podcast.
Yeah, that's free. You can check that out now.
Yeah, check those out now. Continue the engagement and discussion with us in the comments, because this show is amazing. The things that are happening, we can't believe it. Just theories lore everywhere.
Right here, Brian Carey. It's popping when even Navi is willing to circumvent the schedule. That's great.
It's just crazy. Let's just do it.
Brian been with us since October 2017. Thank you. Shout out to you.
I love it.
Let's see. One more from here from YouTube land.
Oh, you have to
sometimes
click.
there isn't. Yeah.
You guys should that's I've read that one a few times.
Okay, gotcha.
It's cute. I appreciate it. So, SSJ Vegito.
Tell Spidey his presence is sorely missed. Yeah, he will be back for the finale here. He wasn't in it. But
guys, there have been a lot of sickness going around. So we had a few people on PTO.
More than ever, it feels like.
More than ever. So you'll be seeing people not here and there in the reactions just because they're sick, and we'd rather have them stay home because we have made mistakes where they're like, you can sit on the side, it's fine, and then we all get sick.
Yeah.
It's happened way too many times. They're like, nope, stay home.
The Pat flu.
Every time Pat gets sick, everybody's gonna get sick, so we're just quarantine yourself.
I also heard there's a sort of avian flu variant going around that's not really being reported in mainstream media. So a lot of upper respiratory flu and bird flu type symptoms in pets and humans. Be careful.
Be careful
out
guys.
there.
Be careful.
We're gonna move on because not much Severance comments for a hype-ass episode. I think it's because a lot of people have already seen it.
They've seen it, and they have moved on.
You know what you haven't seen, YouTube? You haven't seen any of The Legend of Vox Machina. We are on episode 11 over here. So we're going to talk about Whispers of the Ziggurat. So if we will be posting these next week. I think we're done. with season 1, and then we will start dropping it on YouTube for you all twice a week.
And you guys can taste the glory that's the Legend of Vox Machina. And then keep an eye on how we are doing this in the introduction. Look, I'm wearing the same shirt. In the introduction, so keep an eye on it because this is something new that we're doing.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and
the comments.
Vox is getting the love now.
Comments are crazy.
So I'm always looking for the top. Looks like Gwen right here is a good one.
Okay. Gwen. Rana for sorceress versus wizard. Would you rather be an awesome being with magical powers running through their blood who intrinsically uses magic like breathing and can manipulate the basic foundation of spells? Or would you rather be regular human elf nerd who reads a lot of books and had to learn magic the hard way? Has to prepare their spells every morning? Question mark. That's the sorcery versus wizard debate.
That helps a lot. That's a really good description.
Let me take a picture of... Oh, you want?
Yeah, I'll copy pasta.
I was going to just send her a picture.
Go for it.
So we are all creating our characters right now, and Runs has created her character. She told me a little bit about it. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but it's exactly what Rana would be. So the things that you know of her, like she's definitely, and I believe she is going toward the sorcery side. So it's a sorcery.
No, that's
white hair.
I couldn't even tell you guys the difference at first. I was like, I knew sorcerers were like more proficient, but I couldn't tell you how. But that makes sense.
That makes so much sense.
Born with it. These people got to read a lot.
Yeah, I love Max. Now, ease up on wizard hate. A wizard is far more versatile than sorcerer. Fair enough. I guess that's more of a multi-classing. We're gonna be doing tabletop role playing in a few months, guys. We're so excited.
Damn, well, we can only pick a couple comments each time, so I'm going to go with Jackie Gibson.
There you go.
Because Jackie Gibson's a Sunday Rundown regular. Vox Machina, it might have been said before, but Keyleth is arguably the strongest member of Vox Machina. If you did not know, high-level druids in D&D are absolutely devastating. No, I didn't know that. Not only can they shape change into endgame-level creatures, but after that form dies, they still have multiple spells that can literally harness the power of natural disasters, such as tsunamis and earthquakes.
I had no idea.
If that wasn't enough, they also have access to broken features like Timeless Body, which makes your character age exponentially slower, living for multiple centuries regardless of the character's race. To top it all off, Critical Role once had a free-for-all between all the Vox Machina cast, and in the end it came down to Keyleth and Grog. Grog won, but it was very close and easily could have been Keyleth if the dice rolled just a bit differently. They just did like a death match with their characters. That's pretty fun. That'd be so fun. I highly recommend playing one whenever you guys get around to making that D&D campaign.
Actually, that's crazy. My thing is going to be druid and really into, because I love plants, so it's going to be based on plants, and I'm going to have...
So there is a druid in Pathfinder rules as well?
Yeah, so guys, it's everything same.
We are, we're doing Pathfinder. It's pretty much D&D, but just FYI. That's where we're going with it.
Yeah, it's same, so it's going to be druid with the nature. Poison ivy. Yeah, I want to be poison ivy, essentially.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I was reading this, I was like, ooh, maybe I should be a druid.
But you should be druid too.
You're already doing it. We should have
I'm also bringing Nico, because druid's the only one who can have sport animals. So if you're bringing this, you should be a druid. Yeah. Just a different backstory stuff.
So more little tidbits here before we move on to the next show. We will be reacting to basically a table to screen comparison of certain sequences and scenes throughout season 1. It'll release once the finale is dropped next week, or after that probably. Excuse me. It was pulled together by none other than Manny D, who is in the live chat right now, but also one of our very dear friends.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Manny. If it was a lot, you don't have to do it next season, but she loves it. So
I believe Kenny will be reaching out to you, so we'll be watching that as an A episode. So giving it special love it deserves.
Dragon Ball Daima,
you guys. Tell us what you think about Dragon Ball Daima.
So
give us your thoughts.
Again, if you missed last week, we're not posting on YouTube until the next episode, and then you guys are gonna get a 3-in-1 Daima on YouTube next Monday, because the views were so low that we decided to smush 3 together before releasing now. So, it's fine. It's an adventure.
Fine.
It's what GT is, and after skimming some of these comments here, I will read this comment by Z. Yeah, you go for it.
Alright, in both GT and Daima, the 5th episode is where you see Goku as a kid go Super Saiyan for the first time in both shows. There's a few nice little connections to OG and GT as far as the lineup and traveling. Update. A producer for Daima said this today. We especially kept in mind the generation in their early 30s who now have children of their own. They grew up watching Dragon Ball GT as kids. That was a key inspiration. We wanted to create a new anime series similar to GT. I feel that by making Goku smaller, the entry point has become wider. I never thought that everyone would be small, but of course it was Sensei's idea. GT means Grand Touring, and we are trying to depict an adventure in Daima as well. Okay. I think that is a great comment, and I think that helps me understand on where they're coming from or bringing new audiences in, but like us who don't have kids, it may not resonate as well the same way. But if we have like nieces and nephews and somebody, I think this is meant to be watched with kids.
Yeah, I can see that.
To see their excitement for Goku, for their excitement to be like, oh, and then you kind of like reliving the excitement through them.
Like, I could be Goku. He's a kid.
He's a kid.
It's
and you're
easier
like,
to relate to a kid when you're a kid.
Exactly. So it's like, I think we have seen it, so it's I think the reason why reactions do that well because you want to see other people react that way. So like if this is how you want to see the kids reacted because that's how you reacted when you were a kid, I totally understand the love from that. But
for sure,
I think just watching it by it's like I don't have kids.
It feels like then they made Super for the people that grew up on Dragon Ball Z because that was me, and I watched Super, but I didn't get so attached to it as I did Dragon Ball and Z. So I guess he wanted to make something for the people that do love GT. And I wish they would have said it, but maybe in the marketing they didn't want to say it because people have such disdain towards GT. But there are GT fans out there. I'm sure they enjoy the references and all.
I think I watched a few episodes of GT, but not enough to be like, oh, he did this in the first episode.
Trey, I want to point out Dende still has memories. He's basically acting like a baby for love of the game.
That's true. That's true, because like, everybody else still have their memories.
Yeah, well, maybe he can't talk. Maybe it's like a Baby Genius's situation, you know?
I mean...
Like, he's like...
He's a baby.
He's trying to say stuff, but
who doesn't have that motor skills.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So when the time comes, he can probably go with the squad if he can like crawl and knows which way he needs to go. Like he could do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So closing out Mondays once again with the reminder that the Severance Uncuts are there. We talked about that already.
Yes.
Moving on to Tuesday, The Office, ladies and gentlemen, and it's so funny. If Rana were here, she would be like, "You guys are still on season 8." She's been saying that for the last 3 months. I'm like, "Yes, we're still on season 8. There's 22 episodes."
It comes out once a week. There's another season after this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this season, you know, I gotta say, if I were tier listing all the seasons, I would not put this last. One of the Steve Carell seasons will go below this one.
Really?
I would say the last string of episodes have been like very consistently funny.
That's so funny.
They've had like good focus on other characters and stuff that you wouldn't have expected. I don't know if you remember when they go down to Tallahassee.
Oh, yeah. To do like the
together. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. That is hilarious. Every Office is great.
Florida
I need
Stanley.
to like rewatch it again. Florida storyline. All right. Manny Jones. This was one of the funniest episodes this season, starting from the cold opening to the legend that is Florida Stanley and Dwight trying to impress Nelly, and that dynamic will only get funnier as the Florida storyline continues. You can never question Dwight's commitment to elevating his career. My boy fought through appendicitis just to prove himself. You in for a lot more hilarious chaos the rest of this arc. I do remember watching it and when Steve Carell left, and it was like, oh, this is gonna be odd because it took me so while to even love him in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, this is like when Doctor Who changed Doctor. It's like it's fine. It will be fine, but it's gonna take me a time because somebody I knew just kind of died, and now there's a whole new. But it does get better. I think there are some episodes here and there, but it's just the chaos is hilarious.
Oh yeah, that one girl was trying to throw herself on Jim. Oh my god!
And Nelly is hilarious because Nelly is in Doctor Who. Like she is.
Is she?
Yeah. So Nelly is one of the Doctor's partner in the Doctor 12. It's not David. No, it's David Tennant.
I was wondering.
And she is I loved her, but she was so annoying at the beginning. But I was like, she's like British.
She's so hilarious in this. I was
so
like, who is this? And
funny.
then Corey was watching Animal Control with Jeff Winger.
Yeah,
you know that show? And
I heard about it.
She was in it. Like,
Was she?
like she's blonde in it. I was like, that chick, she's British. She was hooking up with Jeff, and she sounded like her. I'm like, that has to be Nelly.
She's a comedian. There's one in British. There's a clip going around where she's on the stage with other comedians, and the Queen Elizabeth is in the crowd, and she's like haggling her. And they're just like, "Are you really gonna say that to Queen?" They're like, "Look at her." And it's so funny. I have to send you that clip.
That's great.
Nelly is great. Like, yeah, I forgot the actress name.
Yeah,
Kate something.
Like, I love any time I see like a female comedian just crack me up, because there's people that say like there's no funny female comedians. Like, there are so many. Like, they're hilarious.
They're hilarious. There's so many of them.
Fuzzy Otterpaws. Wally Amos, who I didn't expect to see, actually just passed away.
Aww.
Damn. Also, the story at the end of passing out after a can of Coke isn't as absurd as it sounds, because I was always told not to have caffeine before bed, but soda actually helps me relax because caffeine affects some people with ADHD differently, so that's probably something similar. Interesting. Because ADHD meds, I mean, it's not all caffeine, but a lot of it is caffeine. Like, just a caffeine pill, like, to, like, stimulate your mind, like ADHD people.
To just be, like, chill.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and then it kind of relaxes you. Interesting.
So I like coffee sometimes chills me out. Rather than like.
Then it will make sense why like weed will affect people with ADHD differently, because that's completely kind of opposite of what caffeine would do.
Yeah.
Maybe send you more in frenzy, because now you're like even more whatever the ADHD was, whereas caffeine's supposed to interact with it.
Weed could make it where people will want to say like it helps my ADHD. Weed, it definitely does not.
It's interesting.
Maybe with some people, who knows? Yeah, cool to know, Fuzzy. Thank you. Moving on to the Maiden Fair.
The finale. This
finale
was
vibes.
Sad. It was good. It was sad. It was all the feels.
You enjoyed the bear? Glad we watched this.
I'm so glad we watched it, and now we can be along with everybody else. I'm loving that we are catching up to our shows, and we can be premiering with people when it's coming out, like Severance, the bear. What did the bear replace?
The bear replaced Severance. No, I'm sorry. Succession.
No. Now what's replacing Bear? Oh, it's Sopranos. Sopranos is replacing Bear. So we're gonna be watching that?
Yeah.
And this came out this week? Will Sopranos come out next week?
Wait, no. We're wrong. Shogun.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, why haven't you started watching
We've been watching
Sopranos?
a lot of good TV. So Shogun is replacing The Bear.
And that we started watching.
Yes. And then Barry's replacing Shogun after that, because we've already decided.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Just FYI.
Okay.
Sorry, we had to remind ourselves too. Subwoofer, there are a few foreshadowings to the first scene where Carmi is making the chicken for Thomas Keller. Earlier this season, you hear him in the background telling Tina the same explanation about the Pope's nose. Also in the season premiere, we see him serve the finished chicken to his coworkers. A while back when I first saw this episode, I made a funny edit of the scene where Carmi confronts Chef Winger. I didn't coin the nickname. You want to watch it?
Winger.
Why not your little edit?
Watch it.
Why not?
It's a short.
Let's check it out.
You were an okay chef when you started with me. And you left an excellent chef. So you're welcome.
Like him being nice.
I give you confidence and leadership.
It's a community music. Oh my god. It's freaking work.
Winger.
It's a speech that everybody wants to hear from Jeff.
That's the point, right? That's the point. You wanted to be great. You wanted to be excellent. So you got rid of all the bullshit and you concentrated and you got focused and
there you go.
But he doesn't say this, right?
He does say this, but it's just with the music, and you need to see a confrontation before.
That's so funny. And so they just recontextualize this whole scene, basically. Subwoofer, great job. That's fucking hilarious, man. I love that people still love Jeff Winger and Community. Like, we've referenced him twice now.
Jeff Winger is great. That scene was crazy, and you can probably hear Pat's is like, he's right. It's like, that's not the point.
I mean, Carmi, he looks very emotional here. This looks like a cool confrontation type scene. It makes me want to watch.
Honestly, yeah. It makes it look like he had a happy end. Like, all the loops are closed by Carmi, but that's not the case.
Yeah, DTG confirming that is Thomas Keller, real renowned chef.
Yeah, we looked it up afterwards for French Laundry, and also all the other chefs that they mentioned are real chefs. Like all of them are working. Some of them I actually put it on my list to go see in Chicago.
I've loved. I want to eat at one. I was telling Rona, I've never eaten at any Michelin star restaurant. I want to eat at a 1-star Michelin star restaurant.
All the chefs they mentioned in the beginning, not all of them have Michelin stars, but they have well-known, renowned stuff they've made. So it's like even visiting those.
There's a ramen spot that Corey's cousin told me about. That's like it was a 1-star Michelin star restaurant, but now it's not. So it's much cheaper, but it's like.
It's still the same, yeah. No, I would love to check those out.
Michael Walsh, one more real quick. Carmi remembers the dozens of people who helped him and nurtured him and treated him with kindness, but he can't stop focusing on the one guy who was an asshole to him. In a perfect world, he'd develop some perspective and let the positive memories drown out the bad experience when it starts to overwhelm him. This is easier said than done because it reminds me of YouTube comments. Like, there would be so many nice comments, and yet we always get stuck on the mean ones.
There's the one that will derail the day.
Like, no, we should, try to drown out the bad comments, and we should be uplifting the positive comments and not always getting hung up on the bad. Yeah, good show.
I love it. This is good.
That's it.
And Shogun's gonna be amazing.
Shogun is already amazing. We watched the first episode.
We're watching it weekly because it's something that you can only watch one episode at a time. It is so good.
Another thing that's so good that YouTube Land has never seen yet. They will be seeing it soon.
Very soon. Solo Leveling. The finale for the Frieren is going to be posting in here next week, I believe, or something, in a couple of weeks. And then Solo Leveling, guys.
On YouTube.
It is going to be so good.
He's getting hotter. That's all.
He's getting hotter.
He's getting hotter.
Did you see? Did I send you the meme of One Punch Man Saitama talking to him? It was like, so... You worked out and you got hotter, and I worked out, my hair fell out. Like, this is not fair. It's like, yep, that's not fair. Yeah. Junwoo is amazing. All right. Oh, there's a comment removed.
I don't know. I think they were asking for feet stuff.
Oh. All right. True Warrior Jack. Solo leveling. Something that the anime leaves out about his stats here is that his intelligence stat doesn't actually make him smarter. So yeah, he can't dump all his points into intelligence and make himself a super genius. Okay. Just want to clear that up because I've seen a lot of reactors of the anime, even readers of manhwa, ask why he isn't just putting points into his intelligence. Just like in a game, all it does is make his MP pool bigger so he can use magic easier if he ever learns it. Which is why he mentioned in this episode that strength is the most obvious for him to tell. Because he's changing his body to be physically stronger and literally more toned, as you saw at the end of his episode with his arms. And you saw how useful perception was here, so no need to go into that. The other stats rising, he can feel as well, but I won't say what do as you will likely figure out as you watch.
Thanks for the clarification.
It's good to know. Yeah. No, for sure. And I think that is very good because, I think we were also like, put it in the intelligence stat. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. He's a shonen bro, so he, of course, is going to jack up his strength stat. But, I know Frieren is shonen also, but you could look at her as putting it into intelligence. Like, I would say her mana pool is huge. Like, if you were to see Frieren stats, I'm betting her intelligence is the highest.
Like,
maybe.
But I think she also puts in, I think what True Warrior Jack is saying, like, even intelligence higher, she is putting work to learn a lot of all those spells and stuff. And I think Junwoo is at this point not at a place where he would want to learn that kind of magic. More so, he just want to learn the combat. And so strength works for him. That's great.
Hell yeah. Manny Jones. Woo-hoo. We just read a comment from Manny Jones, but we're going to read another one.
Yeah.
So, thank you. One thing you guys are misinterpreting is the intellect stat. Oh, it's the same thing.
Okay,
sorry.
Gotcha.
But I'm going to see if there's anything new. Yeah, they have cut some things. Suraj wasn't wrong in feeling the story had gotten to the instance dungeon faster than the anime. Overall, though, anime still does a great job adapting. If you guys haven't checked out the channel on YG that I linked that covers the cut content, I'll do my best to summarize it for you. For SR, at least. Yeah, we would appreciate that.
Nice. Perfect.
Definitely will be on the lookout for that in the coming weeks. But guys, solo leveling is incredible.
Roosevelt, you asked a question in one of rundowns, why is there a big solo leveling push? So I thought I might as well answer it. The answer is really simple. South Korea has been pushing their content out recently. K-drama, K-pop, etc. Because unlike Japan and China, South Korea isn't known for much or is overlooked. How even North Korea is known for more things than the South. So the government has been funding and pushing their content and making studio like, for example, Stellar Blade and Lies of P are South Korean games made by newer studios to have a foothold in the console game market. And Solo Leveling is no different. It could be they have funded by South Korean government, and that Solo Leveling is one of the first Korean properties to really take off in the Western market. So green lighting 6 seasons, spin-offs, and a movies, just a step to get themselves out there. I would not be surprised if we see more South Korean anime coming maybe someday by Korean studios in the future.
I'm glad to hear this, but also surprised because I feel like there's been so much entertainment coming out of South Korea in the last 10, 20 years. But I mean, K-pop is, I guess, just now on the rise. If you considering like current, maybe last decade or so, right? It really blew up all over the world.
It is. I think BTS and Blackpink had really had that big, but again, K-pop has been around for a really long time. So for them to just now jumping up, it can be seen like, oh, it's getting big, but it's been there for years. So I can totally see why the government's like, okay, more needs to happen. Like, there are so many bands, and for us to even know, just starting to know 2 bands, it's like a bucket and a drop. But now more things are happening. Like, I'm pretty sure Squid Games were also really big. So there's like few, like Squid Game got really popular.
Parasite won the Oscar.
So like from the Squid Game, the TV show, one got really popular, where there's like millions of shows.
Yeah.
And then there's one movie Parasite got, and there's millions of Korean movies. So like compared to that, it's not a lot of content, but I was like, that's the country that we hear more about. Plays Japan, then like India.
Yeah.
There's other countries don't.
Maybe ignorant people don't know the difference, but like I've watched enough media now where like, and I won't call you ignorant because it just means you haven't been exposed enough, but I feel like I can actually tell the difference between like Korean, Chinese, or Japanese person like very easily, even by just them speaking.
Yeah.
And like the style of clothing.
Yeah.
Like the media, it's cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, South Korea has been awesome. Physical 100 is a great Netflix reality bodybuilding show I never thought I would watch, but they're all so nice to each other.
They're
like,
so nice.
Like you lose, or it's like, good try, like very good. Or like they'll help someone that's struggling, even though they don't have to. I'm like, you guys are so fucking nice.
You know what, we should react to some of the South Korean game shows because they're so funny, especially if you know the actors or celebrities who are participating and they're doing like silliest shit. I used to love watching those with my sister and my mom. Like, I think they're the funniest shit. I've never laughed so much because they are really funny, and the comedians sometimes they'll just say some shit and they'll like, oh my god, that's so funny. 2 days, like 2 nights, no, it was like no, 2 days 1 night was my favorite show.
I gotta look into that. Alice in Borderland. There's some
Alice
stuff.
Borderland.
We've been talking about Korean shows. Let's suggest some Korean shows.
I love Korea. Like, I love Korea. You guys have probably heard me say it multiple times.
I'm going to Korea for the first time in my life.
I'm so excited for you guys.
Just for a quick little weekender, but it'll be.
But I will give you 2 restaurants if you are able to go one or the other.
Yeah.
Check it out for sure because they have. It's one of them is Korean barbecue, but a really big one. Like the celebrities come to it. It's like really unique. And the other one's like lamb. They cook lamb.
Gotcha.
It's the only place in Korea. Yeah, it's really interesting. Nice. But the first time I went there and they got me, I was like, it's a place I will come back every time.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Roosevelt, for sending us down the little Korea love spiral. Thanks for being a member January 2023. Now, speaking of crazy hype anime.
Bleach!
It's Bleach time. You've been waiting, folks. You've been waiting. I'm good. Oh, no, speaking of Soul, let's go over to the Soul Society.
Oh, my God.
No? All right, so guys, we are trying something new this week. You know, you'd love it. We try something new all the time.
Every time.
You guys love to hear that.
All the time.
Don't get mad at this person, but we have a representative for Bleach comments now.
Ooh,
they have selected 4 comments for us to read that they feel that they have deemed appropriate and what we need. They have scoured them. They have sent them to me. So I am going to read them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, if somebody else wants to be a representative for the other show, let us know. Let us know. Ketty will reach out to us and there.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
So we're gonna start with
read it?
Ichigoat. Yes, if you could.
Bleach. Why not keep both alive? Which makes sense, but Compachis don't live by logic.
I'm sorry. Let me just remind everyone. Because that one is
it's
on
a
Blood
battle.
War. Episode 10, the battle between Unohana and
Kenny. So guys, we are that ahead on the 1,000 Year Blood War up on our website. You can check it out, but shit is going down. Why not keep both alive? Which makes sense. But Kenpachis don't live by logic. The 11th Division has constantly shown that they prioritize their own satisfaction over logic.
Yep.
Kenpachi quickly joined Ichigo's side because he wanted to have a good fight. Ikaku let the pillar he destroyed because he wants to stay under Zaraki. Yumi Chika was going to die and let the pillar be destroyed because he wanted to be under Zaraki. This division has always put their desires first. Unohana made this division and she's the same. Her purpose is passing the baton and enjoying the thrill of battle. And she certainly treats it as a parent passing the torch to a child. It's a true thematic representation of motherhood and femininity in Bleach. Oetsu says that Ichigo never had an Asuichi. This means Ichigo throughout the entire series has never had an actual Zanpakuto.
Yeah.
Meaning he never had a real Shinigami power. So now the question is, what was the source of his power if not his Shinigami powers? This was actually brought into question when Ichigo's first used Bankai against Byakuya. Byakuya points out that Ichigo's Bankai is abnormal. It doesn't really work in the way all the others work. Wow. Oh my god, we should have gotten to that point. P.S. Surge and Pat spitting you all on the money about Thousand Year Blood War being like AOT's quality. Your boy Roshi, your boy Rock Lee, and Pat from RTTV all have Bleach as a top tier anime, and rightfully so. Pat from RTTV actually rated Bleach higher than AOT at end of Thousand Year Blood War Core 2, calling it a perfect season.
I mean, I would call this a perfect season.
Yeah.
We're ahead. We won't talk about that.
Fun fact, Bleach Thousand Year Blood War Core 3 was rated higher than AOT's last season, becoming the highest rated anime of all time. Every episode being above a 9.0. This adaptation, quality writing, characters, animation, direction, etc. is truly special shit. It's like absolutely peak fiction. It is really good, you guys.
This is not an over-exaggeration.
I don't think so at all. If the core one is this, I can just imagine with the breaks how the next core is going to be.
And they're delaying the final core because they want to make the animation even better.
Great!
How?
But like, it gives us so much hope, right? Like, I know a lot of times like we're frustrated things are delayed, but when it comes out, we understand like, delayed. It's fine. Like, it's gonna be amazing. It's just fights, right?
Yeah,
this is it. We are fighting.
But, like, we're also like, oh, what's left? I think there's still some reveals, right? Because, like, he's got to get some... Well, we don't want to go out too ahead, but some Quincy training and stuff. Like,
True.
He doesn't have that.
But, I mean, this is the arc. Like, there's no second arc. So, like,
like, this whole problem with the Stern Ritters or whatever.
Stern Ritter.
Yuabaha. Like, this is it. This is the end game.
I am so excited for this animation.
Like 12 episodes have been crazy peak, dude.
No break.
It truly is like a case study. The difference between the two shows, like of Bleach, like it's nuts.
It's so good. It's amazing. I am so excited. I am so excited. I think the shitty part is that you have to go through all the other stuff. But like, if you're not reacting, you can binge really quickly and then watch. Read manga.
I would, for me, having watched it, I would tell anyone to read the manga and then watch Thousand Year Blood War.
I think that's where I am suggesting Kerry, and I think after One Piece, it's where we might start with Bleach, because we're catching up on One Piece manga, y'all.
Hell yeah, baby.
We're like so close to being 90% done.
Second comment, Trevor. Sorry if these are a little cut off for you. Yeah. Sunday Rundown. In honor of best girl Yachiru Unohana, the fact that the original 13 court guards captains were all battle maniacs and criminals is probably a reference to a real historical group called the Shinsengumi.
Ooh.
They were a police force created by the shogunate during the civil war that preceded the Meiji Restoration. They started out as poorly disciplined thugs until they were whipped into shape by their leaders. They were also known for their rigid sense of justice. If you watch any series set in mid-19th century Japan, they will either be the main heroes or main villains. Whoa.
Oh, wow. So they were thugs, just like whipped, shaped by leaders. That was crazy when Yuhawa was like, what happened to your court guard? Because they used to be like the degenerates, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Looking up some pictures of...
There's an anime.
There's anime. I don't know if there's... There are people so cool. out here dressed up. Yeah, that's kind of Unohana style.
That is beautiful.
Very awesome.
What is that? Hakuki and the Shinsengumi.
Hakuki and the Shinsengumi.
There's an anime versus real life. Oh my god, there's a whole thing that we had no idea. Like that's
Never
a whole
heard this
world.
Word and it's very popular.
Oh shit.
Thank you,
nice.
Trevor. No, for sure. We love to hear stuff like that and like any real world facts and things that are drawn from real life inspiration.
Yes, absolutely. Anderson Lake. First off, I love this episode on fights. Such a hype.
You forgot the Bleach.
The Bleach. Anderson Lake, the Bleach. First off, I love this episode and the fight. Such a hype, bittersweet, and beautiful fight. An interesting thing about Unohana's Zanpakuto is that her Shikai and Bankai names are pronounced the same, but are written differently in kanji, so they mean different things. Minazuki Shikai, Flesh Drops Gorge. You saw it in the Rescue Rukia arc. It was a giant green manta ray monster. Minazuki Bankai, all things end. Kanpachis, so a way to think about it is there's the Kanpachi title and the true Kanpachi title. Being a Kanpachi also means being the captain of Squad 11, so while Unohana wasn't defeated and so she didn't lose the Kanpachi title, she did stop being the captain of Squad 11. A new captain was appointed and the traditional Kanpachi still remain along the defeating Kanpachi to become Kanpachi. Unohana is passing the true title to make Zaraki the first true successor, allowing the legend of Kanpachi to truly begin. Aside from Unohana and Zaraki, we also know about the 7th, 10th Kanpachis. Not much is known about 9 and 10th. Beside from minor things about the 7th and 8th, do have a good amount of information on them, like the Zanpakuto abilities. And here's the thing, this was not stated in the CFYOW. Okay. It was stated in SAFYW. Spirits are forever with you. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Another novel, I guess.
It is crazy.
So, okay, because Run and I were confused about people saying, like, Kenny is the 11th.
Yeah.
Captain, and Unohana was the first, and we were like, what happened to 2 through 10?
Yeah.
And so I guess this kind of clarifies it. Still don't exactly know what happened to 2
but
through 10.
They were there.
Yeah.
So there were, so that's interesting to know. And you guys, I love you when you drop an acronym and you spell it out, because so many times we'll be like in a One Piece and they will just drop an acronym and me and Kenny just like, what the fuck does that mean? And they were like this. It's like, how would we have just known?
Yeah. It's explained in CFIOW.
The CFIOW.
I love that. I love that we know the meme now.
I don't know what that really stands for, but in my head it will always be can't fuck your
own
wife.
Can't fuck your own wife.
Will forever be.
I think it's can't fear your own world? I don't know.
It's sure.
Final Bleach. Edan Guzman. As people have mentioned, Unohana's Shikai and Bankai names are the same, but the kanji are different. The only character whose Zanpakuto shares the same name between stages was someone in the light novels who was also a Kanpachi Kuriyashiki. Linked to see what he looks like.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh.
I have it in the email. It was the 8th Kanpachi who had a Bankai that was banned by Central 46 in order to protect the Seretete, and he was also a candidate to become a member of Squad 0, but refused.
Oh.
But unlike Unohana, his Bankai and Shikai names are the same, both in name and in kanji as well. Gagaku Kai.
Wow, there's so much in the mangas, like even the Saima or whatever is the SFWYI, whatever that was.
Yeah.
Like
this is that character.
Kanpachi. Oh, it looks like Kenny.
Ah, cool.
That is very cool.
I like that. That's awesome. Well, he was the 7th. So yeah, we were asking questions. The only thing that gives you that information, I guess, is the side novels, aside from like little mentions here and there. But I liked this, and I think that it's a good idea to have a class rep for Bleach. Just for Bleach right now, because guys, this is 71 comments. What we usually would have done was load all of them and then search for the top comments, and sometimes that gives you the same type of comment, giving you the same clarification.
But no, we appreciate that.
Having someone scour, big shout out to our Bleach rep Penguin. I'm just gonna call him Penguin. Codename the Penguin.
The Penguin. I love it. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you helping us out. It does help us gain the information that we do need without like reading it multiple times. Not like, but we also really appreciate you guys clarifying a lot of these things. Yeah, because we do need that clarification.
Thank you for giving me burps.
Oh my god. What? Is that what it is? Burps?
What do you say? Before we move on to Yu Yu Hakusho, we got a little super chat donation. Thank you, OJAS, for the 200 rupees. Guys, when are you guys going to react on Kalki? I asked you on Twitch. You said maybe in Jan. It is already half past Feb. You guys also didn't react on Chava. Is it only anime now? First off, we will watch a lot of things that are not anime.
Yes. Did you see? Tell them what our top things are.
We have watched Kalki. It is recorded. It just has not been edited yet.
It is up on our website.
Uncut.
I believe so, and it is coming out on. Okay, I will tell you guys the date, but do not hold me to this.
Don't hold her. She just said don't hold her to it. So whatever date she says, don't hold her to it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Where does it go? Where is it?
Just to know that we don't post Indian movies on Patreon anymore as a rule of thumb, because we've seen a lot of our movie commenters get very angry when an Indian movie they never heard shows up. Yeah. So from now on, whenever we do Indian movies, they're just going to publish to YouTube direct. So Kalki will, in its edited form, will not really be on paid website.
It will be just a bonus content if it ever goes on a website.
But the uncut is
March 1st.
March 1.
March 1st, because February is Black History Month, so we have movies for that. We have filmed it. It will be up on March 1st.
We did watch it in Jan, technically.
We did watch it in January. We did watch it. You will probably hear them say it. And they loved it. He has been talking about it since then.
I want a different crew to watch it. I think it was so good.
That's our fault for not having the whole crew every time and then having two of these. But
Kalki's Tatti. Piyush Kumar or Chopper. Okay.
All right, Yu Hakusho. Let's see. How are you guys doing? How you guys feel about this?
Genbu the Stone Beast, episode 15.
Yeah.
I won't lie. The general consensus from everyone on the couches is a bit slow.
I can see that.
Because
you're still in first saga.
We're in the first saga.
Yeah.
It's still, for me, I am getting the nostalgia blast of hearing all these Dragon Ball characters because they were dubbed around the same time. So to hear all these like old people, I'm like, oh, he sounds so young here. Ah, that's him.
Yeah, like Kuwabara and all of them. Yeah, it is slow in the beginning, and when it picks up, because like it's also not only you knowing these characters, but they're also kind of going through some kind of training, trying to figure it out. They're like trying to figure out how they work together. Like Hiei just being Hiei, and he comes around to it. But yeah, it's slow. It gets great.
Shout out to Watchdog doing the Lord's work in there. Nabi Shen. Let's see what Nabi Shen has to say.
Nabi Shen.
I'm going to do it.
Go ahead.
This is one of the earliest times, just because I like Nabi Shen, in my anime watching life, that I got pissed at anime time. It still annoys me to this day. Like, if you establish that you have seconds to act before death, then stick to that. If you need dialogue to happen between characters that escalates tension, then don't establish that you only have seconds to
Makes total sense.
Often when this happens in manga, it makes way more sense because with still images, you can imagine the things are indeed happening instantaneously. That's true. And you're just seeing people's thoughts as they happen. In anime, however, things have to take place in an orderly fashion. First, I think this. Then I say this. Then I get your response. I love that anime is often as close to one-to-one as an adaptation can get, but when it comes to immense amounts of dialogue taking place between seconds, that's something I wish anime would have taken more liberty with more often.
That makes sense.
It's interesting. I think they have now. I think this is a little bit old anime problem, but you still have to do this. Even like Haikyuu, My Hero, like Demon Slayer, you have to have this. That's like part of anime, I feel.
True. It is, and I think, but some scenes can be left with the... We also have to remember that this anime was being created for kids. So, like, watching it now, we can deduct, it's like, oh, this is what's going to happen. So they can leave some dialogue out. But knowing that it also was for the kids, so, like, not all the dialogue can be removed without being like, oh, my God, what does that mean? Yeah. So, I think...
Speaking of for the kids, you want to read this one?
Smash Brand this cooch. Man, watching this as a kid, young teen, Kurama definitely made me realize a few things about myself. Bro is gorgeous.
He's
beautiful.
Yeah. So we were saying like Kurapika vibes before, just because of the androgynous. But then they showed his move that he has like the chain, and like didn't Kurapika have like a whip chain thing too?
Yeah,
like
with the thing with that had like a shuriken or something in the end of it.
I was like, that's so cool to see that like where the little inspiration started for Kishimoto Tagashi.
And so like this came first, so like obviously like Kuwabara also being in whatever the guy he is in Hunter x Hunter. Knuckles. You still don't know everything about Kirishima. So have you?
Shit.
So where are you guys? Are you guys
Kurama? They're still fighting like Genbu. We're on like one episode after this, I think.
okay?
That's all we've seen. Like they're fighting. Watch out!
Yeah,
So
gotcha. So it's still very early on.
They defeated Genbu. We're at where Kuwabara was fighting He was using his long sword to fight multiple enemies on this bridge.
That's fine. You're still not gonna know what.
It's a while.
It's a while. Yeah.
People have said we haven't gotten to the good yet.
No, the next saga is amazingly. It's
Nice.
amazing.
I am down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling him.
Ooh,
Full
from
Metal
map.
Alchemist Brotherhood. Look at this strange and ever-changing crew. We got a Mickey now for episode 41.
How you guys feel about that, by the way?
They loved it, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and start the FMAP comments, and then we'll go back to the chat. I can't remember what exactly happens, but let's read the comments, and it'll
What
jog our
episode
memory.
is this?
41.
41.
So
Okay,
I'm, like,
I'll
trying to
keep
skim-
looking at the.
keep looking over here. We got Kimberly.
They're
doing
still
some
up the
fuck shit.
north.
Yeah, they're still at Briggs for sure. Daniel Gonzalez. I'm gonna read Daniel Gonzalez. You know the manga actually ended on that cliffhanger with Ed. It was a fucking monthly series. That month wait was excruciating. It was still running. Who's to say she didn't kill off the MC to that point?
Oh,
What happens at the end here again?
I think that's with the Kimberly trying to fight, and I think Winry is still being taken as a fake hostage.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what happens in this one.
Well, I think it ends with a cliffhanger of Ed either blowing up or ceasing to be.
Yeah.
So, well, of course this is not working right now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So the blood
they're
stain,
fighting.
He twitches.
They actually have a really good fight there.
I forgot Kimberly versus Ed. I
Yeah.
totally forgot this fucking fight.
I was
I need to-
watching along with the crew, and I stopped. I think I'm gonna continue doing it.
I'm gonna go back because
yeah.
I got to where Armstrong buries what's his name in the cement. It was so fucking dope.
Oh my god.
Cool, and they've gotten to the point where they realize that these guys are kind of cool. These two Chimera.
The scar. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like, oh, these no names are like, oh, they're gonna help now.
And then they didn't, right?
They think they do. Oh,
No, they didn't. They turned around and then they were like, start a fight.
maybe it's not these two, and it's the other one. But yeah, it's very good stuff, guys.
Yeah, guys.
We're gonna read another comment here. Go
Kuro?
ahead, Kuro, yeah.
Adding to a comment I made last week, this is why I think you can't see anybody or anyone to make a stone, as Pat suggested, using like people from hospital deathbeds or say prisoners. Given Ed would likely keep himself fit and healthy throughout his remaining life. The fact he shaved off parts of his life so life forced the energy to heal himself. He will still be impacted by the years he has lost used up. So with this fact in mind, it's likely that quality of soul is very important in producing a more powerful stone. This comment is really good, and I wish Rana was here to read it.
Too. Like, you can't just take people on the deathbed and just be like,
I'm gonna make a
you'll
stone.
work as a stone. Yeah.
And I think it also, us knowing the reason why he's still short is because his brother is still using his life force to stay alive.
Yeah.
I think there were hints of that given throughout the anime, which I remember. I think there was one episode I was watching with them, and they kind of mentioned it. Like Ed hinted at it. It was like, oh, like my brother's still alive. Like maybe there's something power I'm using it. I was like, oh shit, they don't know. They don't know all of it, and the way and it ends too. Also, it's so sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like them to read this comment.
Yeah, like you can't put a value on a human life, and like for me, when I think about how people on deathbeds, and elderly probably doesn't work, it's probably because like they've lived their life already, and part of the power from some souls probably comes from the loss of that potential life. I don't know, like you snuffing a child out of
So
this earth,
there
all
is
that
a
potential
value
is
of two
gone.
lives. So life is not a life. So it's like the old man versus a kid.
I
Is that what
guess.
you're saying?
Well, I guess you're technically they're supposed to be both like invaluable. Like
Yeah,
the old man
they're
and the
both
kid should not
equal.
be like. But I guess if you took it, the old man wouldn't give you as much juice as the kid.
That is so.
If
messed up.
you took it. Anyway, good. FMA makes you think about that. And Silent Slantra, I did see that.
Yeah.
It's very apt. Comparison.
We're gonna read one of the comments from the chat.
It's Ojas again?
100 rupee. Patreon is not supported in India. No payment app works for Patreon here. Everyone gave up on it. RBI related issues. Credit card also now work. That is very true, which is why we started an alternative called Fourth Wall. Wall. So check out Fourth Wall. You should be able to find that link through our website as well, thenormies.com. That is the reason why we started Alternative for people who do want to support us but unable to do because Patreon is just not available in their countries.
Alternative we just announced at the top of this is the YouTube channel member. I think it's at $2 or $3 right now. If you become a YouTube channel member, we are going to start adding movies and Sunday Rundown backlogs from here on there. So I don't know if Kalki's going to make it on there because like we just said, we're putting Kalki on YouTube immediately. It's not going on like
if it's ready, we might. I will ask our editor. So the fun thing about the Patreon membership movies on YouTube, you will see what included on the playlist. It just won't show you. So you will see it if we do actually end up putting Kalki on there. You will see the thumbnail for that.
Okay. Cool to know. We're going to move on to Thursday now, right? Did we miss anything? No, that's it.
No, that's it.
Thursday. We're on Thursday already? Woo! So Angel, guys, uncut. So I like the way we're doing these posts now because I can actually like see what the episode is.
Nice.
This was 511, episode 99, right before episode 100. You know.
For Angel only? Yeah. Damn. God, look, live action's also going 100, guys.
They do. Like someone was saying that was a big thing back in the day for syndicated TV. Like if you made it to 100 episodes, that means the network would buy you for reruns. So like if any show makes it 100 episodes, it's like we're gonna get royalties because networks are gonna keep playing us like random forever. Episodes for 100. Like
I'm sorry, there's a character named Navi Rawat.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wait. What?
Did a great job portraying a psychopath killer. She did this show in the middle of her run on the OC and right before getting her big break on Numbers.
Who the F is Navi Rawat? Navi Rawat was the villain in this episode, I believe she played.
I didn't even know there was shit. Her name is Navi. Damn.
Yeah, I was wondering who this was. She looked familiar.
She does not look Indian, but
she doesn't look Indian at all. Her parents are Rajiji Rawat and Claudia Rawat. So Hispanic or Spanish Indian, maybe.
Interesting.
That's so cool.
Wow. Oh my God.
I just want to see what she looked like. Sorry, what she looks like an angel. Yeah, she
yeah,
crazy look too.
She does. I would not expect that. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Cool. There's other people out there named Navi.
Yeah,
Navi. Besides the annoying fairy from Zelda.
Is it a common name for like Navneet? I knew a Navi Mahal also.
Indians, yeah. But like I haven't seen celebrities.
Well, we start off with Carson Carteret.
Go for it. Love this reaction as much as the episode itself, especially the end scene between Spike and Angel. It really builds on and explains the two different dynamics between these unique vampires. Spike was basically just enjoying himself, doing what vampires do. He sought the glory of killing a slayer as a thrill, while Angel reveled in the sadistic side of this torment, which to me explains why Angel is so much more broody and has such a guilty conscience. Contrast to Spike almost seeming to have a similar personality before after getting his soul. Love your reactions and comments about the complex evolving relationship between Spike and Angel. Buckle up, you are now in for the best stretch of episodes in the Buffyverse. Okay. Wow. Yeah. You guys are almost close to ending.
This season has been definitely the best. Yeah.
And
it's good. I'm sad that it's coming to an end. I'm glad that you brought this up because it reminded me what the episode was. So like Spike and Angel of vampires have been alive for hundreds and hundreds of years. Like we've been following them. They're like kind of good people now or whatever. Mm-hmm. They encountered someone from their past that made them feel bad, and like they were just talking about what they enjoyed from being a vampire, and they said something like, Angel was just saying like I loved it, like the nature of it, like it made me who I was. So like
they're not vampires anymore.
They're not.
That's an option.
The vampires are like they are lucky cases. In this world, when you're a vampire, you're basically it's a demon. It's like a demon in your body. He was Angelus, and then when his soul came back, the vampire was gone, but he retains all the memories he did as Angelus. So the cravings and like that feeling was still there. He still feels like that satisfaction he had like murdering people, but he also has the guilt of like, I know you're not supposed to do that, but I do remember how amazing it felt.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's like being somebody addicted. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
It was really cool.
What an interesting twist of vampire verse. Nice. Oh.
Did not see YouTube chat. Thanks for letting me know. And in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and cover it up for the next 5 minutes in case someone's being a little fucker on there.
Them.
I'm just for spoilers. That's what it makes me scared.
No, makes total sense. It won't mean anything to me, but it will mean something to him. Especially we're so close to it. Why would you guys do that to us? Why?
Well, we kind of got the Navi route. We got a couple there.
Yeah,
Angel's very good, guys. It's
getting great,
stellar.
And so once the
Afterwards.
Angel is done, which is the stream is probably gonna end. We stream live on Twitch when we do Angel Tuesdays every other Tuesday. So keep up with us on our Instagram, our Discord family, where we let you guys know if you can't do it.
Probably gonna be this upcoming Tuesday because we need to film.
Yeah. No. We're gonna keep it the same because that episode comes out in 2 days, but it's an uncut, so it doesn't really. Okay. So it's not a big deal. So we're gonna do that. And after it ends, we're not gonna replace it with another show, but we are gonna replace it with a tabletop role-playing games. So with Pathfinder, D&D version campaigns, we're gonna be streaming those as well. So it's gonna continue staying. We'll do the first few on Wednesday because Endor is coming. Once Endor ends, then we'll go back to Tuesday. So every other week, we're going to continue with the streams because we have already built this time with you all, which gives us finally a reason to do it because it's like it's a time slot. Yeah, time slot has opened up. We might as well
like that whole afternoon that usually is dedicated to Angel is like the perfect amount of time we'd need for one session each time. So I want to say don't expect it immediately after Angel ends. There might, because like we're building a set, y'all, like we're trying to do it right. So it might be a few weeks break or something, but that time is being utilized and you will see the fruits of that labor from that time. It's not going to be replaced with a show. It's going to be in May. Angel streams will end in beginning of April. Some of you guys know we'll be going on vacation in between of that. So it will be in May. Yeah. We're building a set. We're building everything. We're building our characters. I have some of the character. He has a character. Rana has a character. We all have our characters. So I'm very curious to see how this goes. Our plan is to do a test play beforehand to get all the shitstorm out the way. Yeah. And that's going to be only posted to members. Like those practice sessions. You got like that's not even going to be published. It's only for our paid members to give us feedback and to like help us for the big premiere for us. You guys are hearing some exclusive stuff. You don't even know how exclusive. This is like top tier backdoor conversation.
Information you figure it out.
Battlestar Galactica, Runner's favorite show. That's what we're watching right now.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this was the part 1 finale. I was here for this. Don't tell me anything about part 2. I have not seen part 2.
Okay. I forgot there was 2 parts to this.
Don't tell me nothing. So this was a great start of the climax, and I just, it's like taking a shit and then you just suddenly like put the shit back in your body, wipe and get up. I don't know. That's a horrible example.
Horrible example. What? Horrible example. Shit.
They scheduled it so they split. It was like just like Creature Commando. Like we had the finale. It's been like 4 weeks since we've seen it. Just one episode. 1 20-minute episode is left. We're working on things, guys.
I think it's just some things we don't like. You schedule it out and not realize like, shit, these should have been together.
Also, people sick. Maternity leave.
I wasn't there. I was on a vacation.
And people are allowed to take vacation.
Needed vacation, guys. I needed that sun.
You've been going hard. Frankie.
Woo! Frankie.
I feel like I always read Frankie, but I love doing it. So, it seems like the Cylon fleet was just as surprised as the humans when the 3 Raptor ships jumped to Kobol. The space collision doesn't seem planned. Yeah. Apollo is kind of they randomly ran into him. Apollo was kind of an ass this episode. In earlier episodes, he's all follow the rules, follow the law, do the right thing, but he is really mean to Starbuck. In the last episode, he got into a drunken fight with Tom Zarek's guys, which happened to work out for reasons. I don't think the writers know what to do with Lee. He seems to be responsible some episodes and an unreasonable jerk in other episodes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that was a really weird. I was watching it on my own. I was like, wait, what? What just happened? Okay.
Like, do you see were you there for the one where he started the bar fight with Tom Zarek's guy? Like, you probably
no, that was it was either this episode or episode before that.
Yeah. But you weren't on the couch for that.
No, I wasn't on the couch. For
we were like, luckily that worked out for you, but you were being a dick. Like, that guy was just enjoying a drink.
Like, you just came out of nowhere that wasn't even a huge provocation. Like, wait, what are we doing? Like, that was crazy. Next episode, man.
Everyone keeps saying that. Is it really that crazy? I'm doing an uncut to it.
It is crazy. It is crazy because like it's It's just you don't expect it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, Chris already spoiled one thing in it for me.
What?
It's Chris. He can't help himself.
What did you spoil?
Should I tell you? Okay. I know at some point there's going to be hundreds of naked boomers, but that's fine. I already knew that there was so many. I already knew that there were boomer models.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see them naked.
How did he spoil that? He was like, did you see the
titties? He just said a bunch of naked boomers. And I thought he was talking about like generational boomers.
Oh.
Like, ugh. Like, is he lying? I don't want to see a bunch of old, wrinkly balls. And then like, it was like, no, like boomers. Like, I was like, boomer.
God damn it.
Okay, sorry. One more comment.
It's fine.
Let's see if we got anything good.
That's funny. All right, is that the same one?
Yeah, I'm trying to Ashley. Let's do another smash, maybe.
Sure. Smash Brenda's cooch. Dude, I don't give a fuck who it is. If someone punches me in the face, they have made the choice to initiate a violence. I agree. And they are absolutely getting hit back. If you let someone think they can punch you and get away with it, they are just going to do it again. If you aren't willing to be punched back, then don't punch someone first. I agree. I understand about the whole philosophy of like if somebody punches you, like turn the other cheek toward them. Fuck that shit.
This was I think this was because remember Starbuck like punched at like Adama and then he was just like boom right back and then they kept talking.
Yeah,
I thought that was like
makes
fine.
Makes
no
sense.
one held anything against each other.
Yeah, no, Adama, it was Lee.
Lee.
Yeah, it's like I totally get it. Like if you are gonna come down to a violence, then expect to hit back regardless of your gender. I'm sorry. Like I don't know. Pat wasn't on this. I'm curious what he would have said. But if she punches you and it's Starbuck who punches really hard, that hurt. That shit hurts.
And that's Starbuck. Look, if it was a frail little old lady,
don't
deck her in the chin.
Yeah.
You know?
No, like if I do this,
like,
it was like no, like if you deck me really hard, I was like, dude, like that was playful. Like I mean, obviously there's circumstances.
But if you or a girl like you, your size, was coming at me with everything, you can knock them out. Like whoever, even if it's a fucking child, bro. Maybe not. If it's like a child, you should restrain him. But if it's like an 18-year-old kid, I mean, like they're fucking. Some high schoolers are jacked these days.
They are, and if they are coming into malice and they actually hurt, like there was force in that punch, I think you can put force in a punch. Obviously, there's a difference. Like if you're gonna be a huge bodybuilder, you know you're gonna knock my teeth out. I'm sure you will hold that back, but your punch is still gonna hurt me. But like I think it's justified. Like
for sure. Regardless, what an amazing show. One of our faves. I'm very excited to record my uncut for it. So next week I'll just attach it alongside. I wanted to actually suggest doing something different for that, but I'm gonna wait because we've been talking about a lot of new things. 3 more shows, guys. We got Creature Commandos episode 3. Cheers to the Tin Man. This was the flashback for GI.
He just wanted to kill Nazis.
So this was such a good, they made me so sad for him.
It did.
We cried for the Tin Man.
I know. Cheers to the Tin Man. GI went out doing what he loved and was meant to do, killing Nazis and being around friends. It kind of speaks to the idea how the government will create something and once its purpose has been used, gets cast away. We often hear about people who once served in the army, military being beloved but forgotten and replaced over time. That same thing likely happened to GI's friend in Easy Company. Speaking of Easy Company, they are actually a Sergeant Rock movie in production for the DCU with the hopes that Daniel Craig will play him.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Like a military movie.
Ooh.
DCU.
Okay, that would be interesting. That would be really cool to just see like Easy Company, and I wonder if they will bring G.I. Joe. This episode was really good. The themes that explored, just the conversation it brought, it was really needed and it was very really topical, and I feel like it will be topical forever with the way things are going.
We were like, gee, I would have a hell of a time now. So I'm literally just showing Navi before we started this. Aaron from Blind Wave, we're friends on Facebook, and share things back and forth. And Aaron from Blind Wave shared a status that he got a retargeted ad. Basically, it was from some verified user saying, don't believe the lies they've told you about Hitler. It's been 80 years and they still want you to think that he was doing this and that and the other. It wasn't so bad. Learn the truth now. Like, don't be a moron. And it's like, oh my God. Like, I can't believe that stuff is allowed to exist now. First off, it's being retargeted and advertised to people like Aaron, who's not for that shit, of course, but like I never see that. Of course they're not going to play those ads to me. GI would have a hell of a time. But they might
still, like, it is crazy because, like, I think us living in America, like, so in Poland or in Europe, they do field trips to the camps. So, and the sad thing is, like, Americans can't really easily go. So for them, it's like, it happened far away. And, like, sure, it may never happen. It's like, but I don't know how to, like, there's so much evidence out there. I mean, it didn't happen. Just like, there were Holocaust non-believers for a while.
Yeah.
Still now. For a really long time.
Like, things running rampant on Twitter about, like, communication and what's allowed to be posted. Like, I get it. Freedom of speech. People should be allowed to post what they want. But not this stuff, man.
Not false
this is not this stuff. Like, false info and, like, man.
On a history that actually happened.
When I grew up, Nazis were just evil. Period.
You know what makes me sad, though? The people who are with Nazis also strongly believe in our army, in our forces. But the sad thing is that's such a disrespectful to the face because our armies, like our military people, were fighting for our freedom from Nazis in World War II, and now we are throwing it back in their face. Like the things that you fought are actually here now. Like you fought against this.
Probably they're all dead. There's probably only a few hundred World War II vets left. It's not even that.
It's just the principle of it. Like, you're supporting your military, you're supporting your armies, but like they fought against this to give you this freedom, and now you're throwing it back in their face because this has taken over our actual country. Like, and then how can you say you stand against your troops? You don't. You're disrespecting the troops if you believe in Nazis.
If you believe it. And, like, we're only talking to the Nazis who are being Nazis, guys. The Nick Fuentes followers, the people who saw the double back salute and were like, yeah, hell yeah, baby. So we're talking about those people. A lot of people think the way we do. More people are nice. Believe in the goodness of others. Talk to your neighbors.
We don't get to vent often, so we tend to do this here.
I've talked to people across the aisle, and we've had good conversations. Talk to people. That's all. The less I know, the better. I love that James Gunn is not being shy and showing DC characters already exist in this universe. Sergeant Rock and Easy Company were the most well-known of DC's war comics.
Oh, nice.
Dr. Will Magnus created the robotic superhero team, the Metal Men, based on the metal elements like gold, tin, and mercury. And so he's a big fan of Metal Men. Oh, okay.
So hopefully they will do in a future project. Okay.
I did not know. So that's what when we were reading the comment about Sergeant Rock.
Yeah. And then Dr. Will Magnus, the one who studied G.I. Joe, it's the same one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he used those.
Very cool. James Gunn is laying seeds down of things that he might possibly do in the future.
Sunny!
Oh,
such a great show.
So good.
It gives us so much just energy.
Lately, every episode's been hitting, right?
Actually, that's true.
Lately, like, every single episode is it's always been funny, but man, they're on like a record streak right now. So it's crazy.
Funny.
Go ahead.
Let's do John Marcano. Do you guys know about the story Flowers for Algernon? It says spoilers, so maybe not.
It's spoilers for this story.
Gotcha.
I don't mind.
Okay, do you guys not know about the story Flowers for Algernon? Man named Charlie with low IQ undergoes experimental surgery to become smarter. That was also done on a mouse, Algernon. Works for both, but eventually Algernon's intelligence decreases and he dies. Charlie's intelligence decreases back to what it was, and he decided to move away. His last request is for everyone to put flowers on Algernon's grave.
Okay.
I had no idea. Did not know about it.
I did not know that.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
especially for this
thing when you see the rat running the maze and the human trials, like, the rat's dead. What's gonna happen to me?
Oh no! Every time the rat dies, it's like, of course, could we have waited until the end of this trial?
It's like, does this explain your predicament better? Look, the rat had what you had. He is dead.
Yeah.
No, Charlie was definitely not speaking Mandarin. It sounded like typical Hollywood white guy gibberish sounds. Jimmy Yang was speaking Mandarin, though.
That is so funny. I think it's the idea. I think it was a part of where Jimmy Yang was speaking back in Mandarin. It was like, if he's speaking back in Mandarin and not saying, it's like, maybe he is speaking Mandarin.
Yeah.
If he had said, it was like, no, that's nothing like what you said, we would have, like, alright.
Yeah. And Marshall Mitchum, this episode is written by David Benioff and DB Weiss. Benioff and Weiss.
I think you missed that. Oh yeah, we definitely missed this.
No idea. Look at that. That's they're very funny episode. You know,
Very funny.
They know how to direct source material.
They're so funny. The Sunny, I can't believe we're flying through it. I think it's because there's only 10 episodes in a season compared to like 24 or 20 like Office. Not just saying on Office,
season
but
14. Wait, what's the latest season?
14.
So we're like 4 away. We're like really close.
We're really close. Considering there are only 10 episodes, like we're really close. It seems like far away, but I think our idea is stuck with like 20 episodes a season, but that's not the case.
D's just been hitting.
It's like Severence.
So funny.
HBO shows.
We talked about recently, before we move on to Star Wars, like we are watching some really good TV right now. Bless you. Bless you again. We always watch really good TV. Obviously, we watch things that we otherwise wouldn't have experienced, but right now we're in a sweet little pocket of like basically every single thing we're watching is like 10 out of 10. It's
beautiful.
Right now. It's really good.
Beautiful. We really like it.
Yeah. I'm getting thankful for what we do for a living every now and then here.
Yeah.
Just ending it off with Star Wars: The Bad Batch. The season's getting better. I'm getting more excited to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many seasons is there?
3.
Okay.
The 3 will be the last one. So we're gonna look at some commentators here. Oh no, is this? No, it's another Frankie H. I would love to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys mentioned, the Senator's guards are awesome. They did really good considering they were up against a badass assassin sniper. Suraj, I think you're right, and Chris is wrong.
Ooh.
That sniper to me seemed to be hitting close to the heart. I wouldn't call those shoulder wounds. Seemed like it hit the left peg very close to the heart, and it's a sniper rifle. And Chris is like, he should be fine. It's a shoulder shot. So, Suraj, I'm with you. The animators, those look like kill shots to me. Also, this makes the Sunday rundown. Thanks for the badass Philly tough guy.
I love it. Well, I made it, and
twice.
So I was doing it. That's so funny.
You want to read this?
Trevor, from the angle that those guys were shot, that blaster bolt probably went diagonally through most of their chest, like cooking all their bits. Also, Churchy's accent is a South African accent, not a Kiwi accent. The Panterons continue to be badasses after the Clone Wars episode where their leader wipes out the most easily barred to get his kidnapped daughter back. Okay. Cool.
New Zealand, is that? That's closer to Australia, or is it closer
it's close to Australia?
But is it like between Australia and?
I think it's the bottom of Australia.
Okay.
Or the side is what my understanding is.
Gotcha.
I don't think it's in the middle, but I could be completely off my geography.
So I'm curious why I made such a big mistake, because South Africa is so far away. But I mean, it is kind of in the same hemisphere.
So
I don't know, the same distance away.
Australia and then New Zealand.
Okay, yeah, never mind. That's way far away from Africa. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Then it sounded like a Kiwi accent to me, but I was wrong. Thank you for clarifying. Kiwi is the New Zealand accent. I learned that watching Bad Batch.
Just about to ask you.
Now I've been saying it lately. Yeah, a Kiwi accent.
Kiwi accent. Interesting.
It makes me hungry.
Nice.
You're gonna don't look at that yet because you haven't seen episode 9. A lot of the stuff that was explained in this Star Wars.
Star Wars.
The movie.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff in Bad Batch is making stuff that in those sequel trilogies make more sense too. Like
I just watched Last Jedi a couple days ago, so I only have one more movie left, and then I'm gonna start watching Andor.
Hell yeah! Oh my God, Andor is so good.
Yeah, so I was like, might as well watch that first season and then go with the other shows.
Yeah.
I started crocheting, so it's perfect. It was like, okay, now I can do something with my hands. So I was like, let me watch the next movie, and now it doesn't seem like too much work because I am doing something alongside.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well, I wanted to make sure we read any fourth wall comments. So remember at the top we said you guarantee you get anything read if you post it on fourth wall. And it looks like the only comments are the horror games.
Sure. It's
just one.
I'm very curious about fourth wall because their UI is a little bit different. I'm wondering if that's causing the less engagement, but we'd love to read your guys' comments.
Could be possible. So let's see if it like changes anything. But Darth Mingo, they're the one that always comment on fourth wall. Nia Jax is the cousin of Dwayne Johnson.
What?
So yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Nia Jax, she is part of the. Is she part of the
Inoue
family? So their whole family, is like the Samoan bloodline. It's like one of the groups there. They're actually related. They're all related to like The Rock. And you remember Rikishi?
Yeah.
Like his sons are like champions now. Like this whole bloodline has almost taken over the wrestling industry. Like the Samoans are.
And do people think
really
that they've given they're getting a fair treatment, or are they getting more of a treatment because of the Dwayne Johnson bloodline kind of thing?
Well, he is the CEO of TKO now.
Oh.
So a lot of people do think like they're getting like pushed, but the thing is, no one's complaining because they're really fucking
Okay,
good.
so that's good. At least they are putting their weight behind it.
This
so that's
is
good.
the tribal chief. This is the one that like Corey was
Tribal
like,
chief.
okay, I have a crush on this guy. He's Roman
Dude, he
Reigns.
looks like Jason Momoa.
He does.
Like, has a tattoo almost close to it. Like, yeah, I can see that.
Cool stuff. There's little things that you guys learn. And that's it. Again, you get a guarantee red comment if you guys comment on Fourth Wall. So
yes,
just consider that. And I think that is all the things, guys. We had a nice rundown today.
Yeah, we
Thank
did.
you so much.
Super excited. Just I don't know if there's any comments on the One Piece. But we did do 2 One Piece streams this week for Twitch for manga read along. We are still in the between of Big Mama's arc. We're almost getting close to it in the next 2 or 3 streams. So catch them. Both of those will be posted on our website, I believe today. They will be posted, so you can check those out. We'll be back next week on Thursday. We will try to do 2 a week because we want to get to Wano arc just before we get to Japan. We are so close, man. We are like,
apparently they're gonna get spoiled.
Like 3 arcs. Oh, like we literally this arc. Then we have 2 more arcs in between. One of those really long, and then the final arc that it's right now. Like we're that close.
That's crazy. That's like we're insane that you caught up to me. I'm more wondering about how you could get spoiled in Japan. Like, is there gonna be a menu items like Luffy's Gear 5? Oh no! I know she knew about that already.
I knew about. I mean, who doesn't know about Gear 5? But that doesn't mean anything. Like we have other gears. But like Gear 5, we don't know what it does.
There is a Gear 5. Is all I know.
Yeah, and it looks like a cloud. But like, what does it do? There's a fight against some crazy. Like I know a couple of spoilers already. Just because once you know the characters, some things I think it's still early on, but once the storyline develops and they're like, oh shit, so this thing that was thrown here means this because of this right here. I think there's a spoilers on Egghead just because there are a lot of things thrown in early arcs that are being answered now that it's last saga.
And you said those are posted. Those aren't posted yet.
There is from one last week.
But the 2 you guys did this week,
I don't think they're posted. They'll be posted today.
So yeah, you guys been doubling up. So
yeah, doubling up. So it's Friday post.
Yes, we heard about Euphoria season. We're gonna say bye real quick. Sunday rundown. Sunday rundown. Thank you so much for being here every week. Listen to what we said at the top. Very important comments about Fourth Wall and things like that. A lot of little juicy tidbits in this one. So
yeah,
there you have it. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
People on the stream, yes, Euphoria season 3 is coming out. I don't know.
It started. They started the
you guys
filming.
are definitely gonna react that as it comes out.
Yeah,
And then,
I don't know when it's gonna come out. They just started filming it.
Watchdog, yes, thank you. First of all, thank you for modding. It looked pretty crazy in there.
Thank you.
And guys, we're gonna be back on live at 1 p.m. to watch Severance. So be here. It's gonna be nuts. All right.